to the lands of the shimmering sands, and we drown just off the shore. All these voices sound the same. All that changes is the name. And I just wanna hear some music with some soul. So many sheltered shades of gray. I'm not about to mourn the death
race fans from around the globe. Here they come, out of turn 4, to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. All right, welcome back, sim racing fans, and welcome to 1 to Go Studios coverage of the 2021 Spring Summer Light Speed Racing League Xfinity Series, presented by Grid Finder, Wilder Graphics, The Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, and Track Time Entertainment. Tonight we bring you coverage of Round 7, live from the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. I'm Harold Darner with Mike Xavier from 1 to Go Studios. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight as we kick the LSRL Xfinity Butt Kicker 40 here at the Daytona International Speedway NASCAR road course. Mike, what do you think about this afternoon in sim time here at Daytona?
This is going to be crazy on this 3.56 mile road course, 11 turns. It's going to be crazy. Real hoppy on the start. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a great race. I have a feeling here.
Definitely, and we're kind of just looking down the NASCAR turn number 1. Basically, you can see the cones across the track where the Sunoco sign is at the end of pit lane, where it is the road course turn number 1. And we do know at the Roval at Charlotte, there's a wall there, so at least they don't have cement to run into.
Yes, at least they won't have a Chase Elliott incident where he goes into the wall. But hey, he won the race that year. It's all good.
That's all good. All right. Right now, the guys are out there qualifying right now in their 5 minutes of qualifying. They'll give us time to talk about the standings. Top 5 are Quisenberry, Wilson, Kohlhaas, Hearn, and Rye Jones are the top 5, and looks like 15 points separate the top to the leader down to the top 5. So that's pretty tight. Last week's winner is Justin Wilson in that number 58 ride. And, it's the Great American Speedway, as you talked about here, Daytona, 3.56. Late afternoon conditions, 40 laps, competition caution at lap 15. No other yellows will be thrown. So these drivers are going to have to figure this place out with green flag pit stops and strategy.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes on. I'm going to be interested to see the 2 chicanes that we have going on here. The bus stop at 9 and 10 on the back stretch, and then front stretch we have the new chicane in 13, 14 turns. That's out of NASCAR 4.
And there's the look at the second chicane you were talking about as we're looking from the back of the flag stand there.
Yes, it's gonna be a great race here, though. The inner part, I guess, of the road course, you have turns. I guess it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll have there. That's the inner part, and then you'll have 4 NASCAR turns to take up 4 of the other turns, and then 4 for the 2 chicane.
These guys are all out here trying to put in some times, see if we can get some views. There's Ira Kohlhaas in the Pepsi Real Sugar number 29 machine as he's entering the track. I'm going to talk him around here. We entered with 70% fuel here tonight.
70% fuel on these cars tonight. And these are, honestly, I think it's going to be a great race here. Let me just pull up some of my notes here. I don't have all the notes up, unfortunately.
That's all right. Well, we do have our qualifying pole position award given by the Sweatless Group, and the Sweatless provides a feature of products like no other in athletic wear. A dry technology that has solved the problem of sweat, odor, bacteria, and stains. Train more, sweat less. And they provide one of their dry technology ball caps to the pole sitter. So we see we might get a new pole sitter here as we see Cameron Hearn. He's got a few of these sweatless hats sitting on top of the board right now.
Yes, and just I would like to mention one thing, that this race is going to be 143 miles or 40 laps here tonight. So it's going to be a long race for these guys, although you did mention we have one competition caution, so it should go by pretty quickly. But with all these turns, it's definitely, it takes a toll after a while. Keep going in the turns, and like you see right there with Ira Kohlhaas, you can spin it pretty easily getting into these turns.
Definitely a lot of talk about wheel hop earlier, and it looks like there's only 5 seconds left in qualifying, and we only have 8 people who have posted times. So
Yeah,
that's going to definitely be interesting. So let's get our pole sitter and our grid, and then we can kick back to talking about this thing a little bit. So, all right, so here is our pole award to Cameron Hearn. Put a cap on that. Pole award for Cameron Hearn. As the guys will get out to the raceway here, we can talk about the grid and next. But that's Cameron will be in another one of those dry technology less caps, as you see right there on your screen. Here's our grid though for today. Cameron Hearn inside of row 1. Outside him is Dylan Gonez. I told you that Dylan was going to do pretty good here. So
you did.
And 27, he's actually one of our in-car guys. Justin Wilson at 58, and inside of row 2, outside of him, Adam O'Brien, another racer I said we need to keep an eye on. Landon Quisenberry inside of row 3, outside of him, Samuel Fontaine. Ira Kohlhaas, as we were watching him during qualifying, in the 7th position. And outside of him is Aaron Hearn, and the number 91. And inside of row 5 is Michael Steffen. Outside of him is Chris Couric. And number 24. Row 6 is Logan Powers and Chris Bresnowicki. And Evan Basher is down. Bushbacker, he's going to get on me because he's told me how to say that once before, is in row 7. I know John Williams in the race control booth, so he will not be in that outside 7. Inside of row 8 is Derek Garrison, and outside of him is Patrick O'Brien. And David Dunwoody in row 9 with Joe Morado, another of our in-car guys. Michael Cooper and Anthony Giuliano in row 10. Row 11 is Patrick McVicker and Leonard Frost. Anthony Ludi and Barry Knapp are in row number 12. Row 13 at the end here is Andy Bergani and Andrew Schroeder in the 999. Some of these drivers have not taken to the grid. Some of them have decided not to take time, so we're not sure if that will be the grid for today. But that was your grid finder. Find your place on the grid as we have it on scoring as of right now. So we'll let these guys go and do a pace lap here. So go ahead, tell me what you got, man.
They're going to do, I guess there's got to be like a half pace lap. They're going to go through the first chicane, and they're go Daytona or NASCAR 3 and 4 through the front stretch chicane, and then they'll be green to go. They should be going double file here after the chicane, and then you go. Pace car lights are off. I'm green.
Double file here, as you say. We're going to be seeing them come off of NASCAR 4, going into the Daytona NASCAR chicane will be the next position we see these guys.
Right after that, they'll be going green through the chicane. So it is kind of interesting. You're not bypass the chicane. You will go through the. If you follow the chicane, go through it, you do get green flag pretty much in the middle of the chicane.
We'll keep an eye on these guys. You see the chicane coming there at the beginning of the front stretch grandstands. First lap is provided by the Sim Speed Shop. Check them out at the simspeedshop.com. A little bit more about them throughout tonight, but they are providing lap number 1 as we get ready here with Cameron Hearn as he takes the green flag.
Yep, and you have some guys in the back that are actually falling back quite a bit. I don't know if one of them did get a good run, but we got to watch this going into turn 1 where it could be a little bit of wheel hop going on.
See that turn number 1 and number 2, the front cars doing pretty good. The 75 blinked out of existence there for a tad bit. A shot of that 15 going into the International Horseshoe.
Yep, and everybody made it through turn 1 okay. Let's see how they can go through the horseshoe right now. Everybody's going through it. Looks decent right now. 15 still leading, and that is Cameron Hearn.
You got Hearn, Gonez, and Wilson is showing the way here as we watch these guys complete that turn number 1. Going into the second horseshoe, that right-hand turn on the infield. Cameron locks up the brakes, and Dylan takes over the lead And I was just about ready to get us into the car with our number 27 in the first spot.
Yeah, and we got to watch it here in turn 60 in and out. You do see some people go out sometimes in here and lose it, but they're good. They're going on the backstretch right, or going on the turn international 1 and 2, heading towards backstretch chicane.
And there's Dylan going his up there. As you can see, there's nothing in front of him, man. He's got wide open spaces on board, as you can see him there next to his real world ride and his machine there and his gear selector. He's going to go up and down through the gears as he comes off of the bus stop, heading into turn number 3 for the Daytona Oval. Getting ready to go to that NASCAR. I want to see how he handles that NASCAR chicane coming out of 4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he handles it. He's going in there with some speed right now. That is Dylan Gonis. He is coming, he's backing down the gears right now. Gets in good. Let's see how he can get on his exit. He's off the turn pretty good, and he's going back onto the front stretch. He's going to be taking back over, and he's in the lead, going back towards the treacherous turn number 1.
You see him doing pretty good. He's got this track pretty well figured out. I said earlier that he's one of the guys that does a lot of road course racing. Oh, you heard him. The 58 got up underneath him there.
Yes, I saw that. Sorry about that. Everything new.
The 58 there was definitely, I was wondering why Dylan got a little bit sideways, but it may have been that he saw the 58 there, and when he went to hit the gas, it caused the car to sidestep slightly. But now, you know, we have a race for the lead for the 27 and the 58 drivers.
Yeah, and I wanted to say one thing also as they go into the West Horseshoe here. You see that smoke coming out of the tires. That's not the best to do because that's going to wear down your tires quickly, and it's going to make you have less grip on the track. You don't want to flat spot, I guess you can call it, as the 58. Ooh!
That was awful close.
That was really close. I was not expecting that to happen.
Nice blimp coverage here of the entry into NASCAR 1.
Yep, NASCAR 1 and 2, they're going to the backstretch chicane or the bus stop.
Famous bus stop.
Yep, let's see if the bus stop will be Let's see. They're slowing down a little, quite a bit here. 58 is still taking over. 58 comes out pretty good. Another great bus stop there.
See all these guys to see how we're set up at the entry of the chicane. You see all these guys. Whoa, the 59 through there. He said, I'm gonna take a shortcut.
Yep, it's easy to do here. You just lock your brake up at that last moment. You get in there too hot, and you just go right through. See them all coming off of the front stretch chicane and going back towards 1. Past the start-finish line, you see one guy that did just make a little cut down below the chicane. But
Justin Wilson, fast time, 1:59.628.
Yep, that's pretty fast there. As you have the guys going through turns 1 right now. 1 and 2, I should say. Doesn't look like anybody really wheel hopped or spun there, so that's good. Now as they're coming back through the international horseshoe, let's see what happens.
So the front 2 leaders, 1.5 seconds off. It's going to spread out quite a bit. Of road course racing is more about racing the track than the other drivers. At least I've heard that because I'm not a left-right guy. I'm strictly turn left. If you remember the old Mario Andretti commercial in the 7-Eleven with when he was doing the driver's head, and he kept telling the kid to turn left, and he's like, "We're going to turn right," and he's like, "Why?" Why turn right?
Yep. Yep. A lot of lefts and rights here.
Do a lot of left, not a lot of right turns. I might take 3 lefts to make a right turn. Let me do that here?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to be a little bit better with the turning right. So as we were talking about earlier, is just these cars, as heavy as they are, these brakes don't work as well as they would on a actual road course vehicle. So they have to back these corners up a lot more than they normally would, say with like a GTE car or with the LMPs.
Yeah.
They're able to do some more like racing with them, and we're not allowed to. These cars are just too heavy for that.
Yeah, we don't really want to show it, but these brake rotors are going to be glowing. We just don't really want to show it.
And we're seeing that NASCAR chicane there as the 58 transverses through.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of brake issues do happen. You hear drivers, it's about the braking here, honestly. Your braking zones have to be perfect. I know, like, usually you have to race the track, I think you said that was it. But you have to have your brake zones perfect. If you don't have them perfect, you're not getting through these turns because you're going upwards of, I would say, you're going well over 100 miles an hour, and you got to come down to a stop almost to get through some of these turns, down to almost 40 miles an hour in some of these turns.
Yeah, that's definitely a big issue with these guys. And see the 58 there off the corner and a little bit of sideways he was. And, I wonder how that's going to work. A lot of these guys, I've noticed, at least when I've done officials on road courses, is it seems like these guys are really good for a few laps, and then the tires wear off, and it's like they never practiced going on long green long runs.
Yeah, it's so hard to practice going on long green flag runs, especially at a road course, just because there's so many things, so many issues that you could run into just, spinning, and you're going to reset, it seems like. So, they don't get a lot of long green flag runs here. They're going to have 15, but I'm assuming most cars go all 15, but who knows with these tires and fuel. I'm not sure if their fuel load's able to even get them to go all 15, so you may be seeing guys fit before that.
Well, we are doing a competition at 15. Competition caution will be thrown at 15 and then none after that. So if they can get to 15, I would assume all of our drivers will wait to 15 to make that actual drive off, but we'll see.
Yeah, just, you would think, obviously tires would be shot by then. With how I've seen some of these drivers been driving, the tires are going to be gone. Just hope they have enough fuel to get through, because you can back down your tires, you just can't get more fuel on the runs.
So we'll see how they actually go. And so there's no fast repairs either in this division, so they got to keep an eye on it. It was smoke.
Right through the chicane he went, and he'll have to stop to give out that time.
I wonder, was that O'Brien or Samuel Fontaine? One of those two.
Not get a number on that. I can go back and I can look at that on my end.
If it was a green car, it was the 22, and if it was a bluish color or a white gray, it was the 775.
Yep, I believe it was the 775.
You see, he's there, 775, and he's still ahead of the 22, so not sure. But there's Cameron Hearn, who was leading this race, who's caught back up to them as we get out of the International Horseshoe into the kink.
Yep, and right out of the International Horseshoe and into the kink, there they go. And it was a 775 that did blow the chicane, and he just pretty much had no time to slow down, and he just blew it straight up. So, there it is. That's how you got it. But the 775 is back in racing with these guys right now. Behind him, he has the 70. Is that the 15? I mean, jeez.
15, that's Cameron Hearn. That's right on his tail.
These guys are going to have a good race here. Just let's see how it goes here. You have Samuel Fontaine up there also. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. But, yeah, I'm guessing that these guys should be able to make it, hopefully, to lap 15. They have 10 laps to go. Fuel, I don't think it'll be an issue, but, do we see guys come in earlier, take tires, and stay out during the competition caution? You take that risk, come in at lap 12, 14 even,
Yep.
You can pit and, get the tires then. I wonder if anybody will do that. I did. Maybe it's just me that thinks.
Here's the exit of the bus stop as you see everybody coming across here.
Yeah, these cars, when they're going through these turns, they're going up to 150, 160, 160, 170 miles an hour. And then they have to come all the way down to 48, 50 miles an hour. It's crazy at what they have to do on these brakes coming out of these turns, especially into that backstretch horseshoe, or chicane, I mean. How much they have to use these brakes, and these brakes get hot.
You're already coming out of that bus stop. This is going to be probably the hardest turn, this or the NASCAR chicane, on the track because of the amount of turning that you got to do. You turn one way and then you got to kind of cause the car to change its weight from being thrown from one side to the other.
Exactly. This is a straight up road course. You have like Watkins Glen. Yeah, it's a road course. You have a lot of straight straight stretches, long straight stretches. So here in the Charlotte Roval are, I would say, two of the hardest. Charlotte Roval, you have the downhill area, so that's kind of, a bit different. So that's kind of interesting. But let's see how these guys can do here. I'm assuming so far it's been a pretty clean race. You have a couple guys a lap down. Some have already are out of the race. You have the 669 pitting right now.
It looks like Evan Bushbacker did not take any laps, or if he did,
he did. He's
did.
down laps, so he did 4. So not sure what happened there.
Not sure. Look there at Dylan Gonez again, since he's now entering into that the bus stop chicane. You see how he's within 3 seconds now of race leader. That's been Wilson. He has led a lap here. Dylan did on the first lap one, and so he's trying to feel that car out. I think that's pretty much what these guys are going to do, knowing that there's a competition yellow at 15. Be kind of taking it easy to see what my tire wear is going to be like. What do you think, Mike?
They're not going to have tires left at the end of these 15 laps. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
These tires are non-existent. It's just the nature of the beast, I guess, here. It's like a short trek, I guess you can say. Tires, probably after about 95 laps, they're going to be experiencing. These tires are going to be shot. Especially the left sides. Right sides may not be as bad, but you're going to see a lot of left side wear.
We'll see some of these guys. Maybe they'll figure out some pit strategy off of the, whatever the pit crew tells them about maybe their tire wear or how the handling of the car was. You might see some of these guys change up how they're going to take the final, whatever, the 25 laps.
I'm not exactly, I don't know. I think you may see some people pit in between that. Is to go 25 laps on these tires. If you pit halfway through, I think you may have a decent shot, because you're going to catch these people that not pitting, because they're going to lose so much time not pitting. You're seeing people run right now 2 minute 1 second laps when their best lap was minute 59. So you already see a couple 7 laps in, they're losing already a couple seconds there. So we'll see some pit strategy, I think.
You're seeing those last lap times there. And Dylan Gona is about 4/10 slower than race leader, and Cameron Hearn is on the same speed as Wilson is.
Yeah, these lap times are definitely dropping off. It's just going to be interesting to see what they come in at, like what Wilson comes in at his next time around, to see what his previous one was to what he is now, because his laps are dropping off. He's at a 2.1581. Just wondering how much it's gonna drop him off, because these tires, every turn they're getting worse and worse. You're just having them pretty much lose themselves and making the marbles on the track.
And Adam O'Brien, as you said earlier, he didn't make this corner here, this NASCAR chicane, and that's why you see the no time up there for him, because iRacing does not produce a lap for us to show if the lap was deemed invalid, which he left the surface of the raceway, so they invalidate the time, so it doesn't go like for fastest lap and stuff, so that doesn't get counted, in case you're wondering, those people that are watching.
Yeah, and like I would just like to say about the times, you have the last lap for Justin M. Wilson went up 2 minutes 1 second, 0.926. So we did lose some time on that lap again. So it's definitely, you're losing time here. So the 8 laps into this run, 8 of 15 until that comp comes out, until the comp caution comes out. It'll be interesting to see what does happen at the competition caution. Everybody's going to take 4 tires, but does anybody come in before the competition caution and gain some time to be on lap 14? You see drivers take.
All right. Well, since we got these guys out here and starting to spread it out, we're going to give a little bit of love to Sweatless. So stand by. All right, welcome back here. We're showing the LSRL Xfinity Butt Kicker 40 top 5. As we're completing lap 8 as we see Justin get to the stripe there. This is your top 5. Wilson, Gonis, Hearn, Fontaine, Derek Garrison. This is your Sim Speed Shop Butt Kicker 2. Feel what you've been missing. Top 5. And the Sim Speed Shop specializes in custom sim racing hardware. Sim Speed Shop's manufacturing sim racing hardware utilizing the best components available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware and rig today. Visit www.simspeedshop.com today. And they were also our sponsor for lap number 1, which was led by Dylan Gonis.
Yep, and welcome back, everybody, to the Butt Kicker 40. Is that the name? Yeah, that's the name of it.
Whoa, there's Justin around that corner.
Good save level there. He almost lost that, and I would have set it back a little bit.
Is that what I call the International Horseshoe? That was some Tokyo drift there.
Maybe that's why. We'll have to find that out for you.
Because there was definitely some turning going on that I don't think he was trying to do.
No, of course he was trying to do that. I bet if you ask him, he did that on purpose.
Definitely did it on purpose.
He did. But no, it's a great race so far, but these times have dropped off dramatically. In the last 2 laps, they've dropped off a second. So these tires are feeling these tires, but once they get in that pits on lap 15 or whenever they pit, I have a feeling these guys will appreciate the fresh tires.
Most definitely. Look at the biggest movers so far. Knapp up 14 positions, Garrison up 10, and Joe Murata in the number 5 up 9 positions. And since we're going to talk about Joe, let's find out how Joe's doing. There he is. As we check on his onboard camera, down there in that bottom right there, looking down on Joe's actual in-house rig. He's in that VR headset, man.
Yep, with his goggles on, his gloves on, his sim racing rig, looking good down there. Let's see how he can finish today. He's already up 9 positions. Let's see if we can get 9 more and get him first place.
Looking at good there for that Wilder Graphics number 5 machine.
Yep, very nice machine, very nice paint scheme on that.
That was one of our Wilder Graphics paint schemes as you see him entering the bus stop. Whoop, as we talk about him, that's that commentator curse. Jump up and bite somebody.
Yep, and that can destroy the splitter. Hitting those turtles, I guess you'd call them. It can do a little bit of damage to these cars. You know, I don't really...
Go right ahead, man. Lock your mic. What's going on, man? You're good there?
I was just having somebody talk about here. They're going to be throwing the competition caution at the conclusion of lap 10 due to some unforeseen error.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, throwing the comp at 10. Change of plans.
Yes, it just says... Sorry about that. I was just trying to listen to what the race control was saying, and I was like, what? 10? So I guess competition caution will be coming up now. Sounds like probably some people are not too happy with their tires.
Not sure what's going on, but that's competition at 10. So there we are on looking at the top of Justin Wilson, who is the race leader, going through the bus stop. So one more set of turns until he catches the stripe, and they will throw the competition caution out. It will give us a little bit of time to thank some more of our sponsors and get a little bit of a breather. As we're looking at the 5 there, and that's Joe still. We'll throw it back to the main so you guys can see the big screen. There we go.
Yeah, but I'm assuming the competition caution should come at the conclusion, and that means when all cars have gone to lap 10?
No, the LSRL does it when they cross.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, so this should be coming out any second. Now, there it is.
I am sorry about that.
That's everybody does it a little bit differently. You know, just so everybody's aware, Mike Xavier is race control for the North-South Racing League on Monday and Thursday nights, and they wait until everybody crosses the line before they throw their yellows for that kind of thing. But you guys don't throw very many cautions, but that's what they usually do.
Yeah, pretty much what they try to do it off of is just NASCAR.
Yeah, just whatever iRacing tells you to do. And then here with that was another league I worked with that also did the same thing. Waited till the last car crossed. But here at Lightspeed Racing League, as soon as the leader finishes the competition lap, that's when they throw the flag. So, and laps down, so I think everybody's coming down to see what's going on, right? Everybody gonna check their tires, fuel up.
So we actually have the 91. He's down 2 laps. He pitted 1 lap ago. He's only on 1 set of tires, but he's pits, I guess.
Yeah, but
I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
But he's got some major damage.
Is that Kyle Larson?
That would be.
That looks like Kyle Larson at the dirt track.
That's Aaron Hearn. That's the 15's brother. So he's getting new tires on that thing.
I don't know if tires are going to fix his issues, honestly.
No, I don't think so either. So we're on the end of pit lane, but it's showing that pit lane is not open, as you see the red lights bouncing back and forth at the entry of pit lane.
Yeah, I'm assuming pit lane will open though. Just probably right before the cars do get to pit lane.
Yep.
That's my, I guess, assumption on it. But
we're gonna give it a thanks. We're gonna shout out to Grid Finder. They're the producer of our grid and race results. Grid Finder, find your place on the grid. Grid Finder is the home of online racing communities. Browse hundreds of leagues, racing on all gaming platforms. Across every racing sim every day of the week, across the globe. Browse through over 1,000 leagues in iRacing, Assetto Corsa, ACC, R Factor 2, F1 2020, and more. Looking for a commentator or streamer for your racing broadcast, or a designer for your next livery? Grid Finder has all this talent in one place. Do you run a sim racing league? Make sure you upload your community to Grid Finder so that more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, it's easy, and best of all, it's free. Grid Finder, find your place on the grid. And Mike, as I was talking about Grid Finder, I'm like, you need a commentator. I'm already here.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, wait a minute, you're advertising for other commentators.
Well, I'm busy though. I've already had people call this week. I'm already commentating 5 nights a week. I really don't have any time, so that's what Grid Finder's for. If you have an opening and you need a commentator, and maybe since you're race control, maybe Grid Finder needs to do race control too. Maybe we should send that to him.
So pit lane is closed.
It's showing closed with the red, but everybody's coming down. So I'm not sure about that. Interesting.
So what is the penalty? Is this an EOL?
Not sure. We'd have to find out with race control.
I'm race control, and I should know what I race control are.
But it could be
interesting.
Could be because there's not normally, under caution. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not even gonna comment on that.
I don't do many of these things, so I was figuring you'd know better than me. See the front guys off here.
I'm lost. I don't know.
We'll see.
Pit lane's closed, but they all pit.
Well, then they all get the EOL together, right?
How does that work? Is it going to be a single file restart?
I don't know. We'll see what they do here. But I definitely saw that it was red, but doesn't mean, who knows? Maybe because we're spectators, we didn't get to see it change. But I don't.
But if they're going to say they clear all the penalties, that's a pain. Tracy, one of the races I've done, I had to clear every driver's penalty, and we had to do waiver rounds because the session crashed, and I was the only one that was left in the session. So somehow everybody got to join back. I had to give everybody 5 laps of waiver rounds. It was horrible.
Wow.
But not done. It's not fun.
All right. Well, they're gonna sort this all out, and we'll get back with these guys. So before we do that, we were talking about the 5, Joe Murata. If you think this is a cool looking paint scheme, let's check out Wilder Graphics. Wow, under caution. And Joe, man, I'm sorry, Joe. That's that commentator curse. Even on yellow it happens. So here's Wilder Graphics before we get in trouble. And take a ride on the wild side. Find your new paint scheme. Check out Wilder Graphics. And there's another Wilder Graphics paint scheme, that number 15, as well as at 27. So Wilder Graphics has done a lot of painting for the Light Speed Racing League, and it's Anthony Giuliano and the guys there. So you check that out. It's always good to start a new season with a new set of duds.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, no, I'm not really sure why pit lane was closed and everything. I don't see any penalties or anything getting cleared, so it must have just been on our end. You know, iRacing does like to do that, do some weird things for spectators.
Spectators, sometimes we don't always get to see what reality is, I guess is the best way to say it. Oh, we'll get it all sorted out. We knew that everybody was doing the right thing, because these drivers do know that they don't just arbitrarily give clear black flags in this division, this league here. They're very strict about it. Pretty much tell you serve it if you got one. So we're going to be double filing up here, getting ready to go green again.
It'll be interesting to see how these new tires react on how it's going, but I'm gonna be, again, this turn one's gonna be bad on these restarts. You know, drivers are gonna try to push it a bit too far, and some people may run out of talent on these restarts. That's what I like to say. I've never been told that personally when I've been racing. I don't know. I've been told that. But no, these turns are very hard here, especially on new tires, because you can get so much speed and everything, and you know they have new tires, so you want to just push it as hard as you can, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, it does not always work, is for sure. We're seeing these guys come around the racetrack. So many different technical, different size turns, different braking zones, different speeds. Pretty much all flat here, though, which is, I guess that's kind of a good thing. You were talking about it at Charlotte, where there's some downhill turns, and it looks like pretty much most of these are flat turns going up onto the banking or off the banking. Look, another car there without a hood on.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty flat track besides maybe on the banking, and the banking is like, I don't even know what the degree is here. What's Talladega, like 33 or something degrees of banking? It's crazy.
I've actually been able to walk up the wall, which is actually the racing surface at Talladega. I did a half marathon at Talladega, and at the end of it was a nice day in April, if I remember right. And basically, you would kind of walk back to turn number 4 and just walk the banking, and you were like, you could get up there near the outside retaining wall, but it was a wall. You were laying on a wall for the most part.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was crazy, and I'm like, wow, they actually, wow. Like,
yeah, it's almost like Joey Logano laying on it. I'm not gonna make Logano jokes, but you know, Joey Logano knows what turn 3 feels like pretty well. But NASCAR came out their next gen cars today.
Yes, they did. And iRacing will debut them tonight on Podium.
Yeah, I actually saw Anthony Alfredo was posting the car and actually showing it off a couple hours ago. I saw that, so that was pretty cool.
I have a person doing that. Is supposed to send me a text to tell me what the big announcement was, because apparently iRacing told everybody tonight at 8 o'clock, which we're in here, so we didn't get to see it, that they told them when they can expect to be able to race them themselves. So if anybody knows, let us know. I mean, if you got some viewers on One to Go Studios and Light Speed Racing League, if you guys know what they said, let us know.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Hopefully it can come in maybe next season, I would hope.
Well, the people that are in the know that have told me is they're probably going to release them to be used, but they're not going to take over the Class A until next season.
Sounds good. And here they go back into turns 1, and they are off after the competition caution.
And look at Cameron Hearn back up into the front there inside of Dylan Gones. As you see, the front 3 are pretty darn close to each other as we start this restart at lap 14.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these cars can handle going through these first couple laps. after that, you're gonna start seeing times drop off again. Right now, you see them fanning out there a bit, but the 58 is in the lead still.
You see Dylan Gonez. Whoa! Wow, that was he sure came up close up in a hurry.
Yeah, he did. He came up pretty close, but hey, didn't bump him, didn't hit him. They're still going.
You see the intervals between everybody there as we entering into the bus stop, the 58 running in front here. We're working lap 14 of 40. You see that?
Yeah, that.
Go ahead, man. What you got?
I was just saying that 58's wicked fast tonight. You just see how much he's already taken off on that 27 here. He's getting through these chains very quickly, honestly. His entrance isn't the best, but
Whoa, that's not, as you say that, woo, that's not the way to take the NASCAR chicane, I don't think.
No, it's not. I'm just going to be quiet about talking good about cars.
Wow, Cameron Hearn, fastest car now. But man, I mean, that was not one, but both of the corners. And that car was major. Oh, you see the damage on the back of that 58? Self-inflicted. Woo.
Yeah, he had somebody put it into him. But yeah, that's a lot of damage. But hey, on a road course, damage isn't a big thing. Doesn't matter too much because you're not getting in the drafts a lot and gaining that much speed. So he can still continue, but he has a lot of damage on the rear end.
You think somebody actually got into him, or that might have been the damage from the jumping up and down that he did?
I doubt that's jumping up and down. It looks like no. Something must have just happened through the 91. He up and said something.
Okay. The 91 is the car. He was on pit road without a hood, and he's already a lap down.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened there, but it was I didn't see him get really hit, so that's weird.
Maybe you can go back and look at it. Let me know.
Yeah, so the 91's issue was coming into turn 2, 24 was stopped and he was backing up, didn't see him come around the turn and backed up into the 91. 91 said something, and yeah, not good.
Okay, well, that was Chris Couric and Aaron Hearn. And that's the one thing I do know is tough here when not throwing yellows. It's the driver who's off the racing surface's responsibility to enter back onto the raceway without affecting another driver. But sometimes that's very hard to do. As we saw Joe Morato in VR headset, probably the best advantage is we see Dylan just blow the corner there.
Yeah, so going back to the 58 and that Justin Wilson incident, Justin Wilson got on the turtle, as everybody saw it, and according to iRacing, it put somebody's nose into his car and made a dent like a nose hit him, but nobody hit him. So it's just logic there, so we're good.
So, okay, so the damage was basically from taking that turn kind of catawampously.
Yes, it just looks like something, There must be that new thing. They must shoot them in the rear end.
Shot him in the, because it was definitely that car was lurched every which way. It looks like the 15 is off pace.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the 15.
Maybe he caught a penalty or something.
That's weird because now he's going back normal. So I'm gonna go back and see if he may have cut the course or something.
We know the 27 did. We were watching him when he did it. So
He goes into the horseshoe. Very slow. Wicked slow, actually. And it actually looks like he tried to upshift it. He did not get the gear, honestly. That's what it kind of looks like. Because it looks like when he went, it looks like he went up a little bit and then just came back down and then he went. So I think it's just shifting.
All right, let's go through the field here. We got Dylan Gones leading this thing as he came out of the out of the bus stop. Justin Wilson, as we talked about him and the damage sustained to his car from the NASCAR chicane, he's in second now. Derek Garrison and the 15 of Cameron Herner side by side. We'll put Cameron back into third and Derek in fourth. There's Cameron in third. And Cameron just completely blew the bus stop. Or not the bus stop, that was the chicane, the NASCAR chicane.
Yeah. Doesn't he like slow down?
He's slowing down. Not sure. Like eventually,
I've never seen him slow down like that.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
He'll get a black flag eventually if he does it. All right. Landon Quisenberry, he's in sixth spot without a hood. Doing pretty good in that Supra. Adam O'Brien and the big Jim Cookie there, seventh. Joe Murata in the 5 car as he's gone wide in turns 1 and 2. He's in ninth. Leonard Frost now takes ninth from in the Money Lion. Andy Ludy is in the 25 G-Mac in 11th. McVicker in the Blue Angels, a little bit of damage on that, sitting in 12th and number 6. David Dunwoody, another big Jim Cookie guy with the Black Magic guys, is in the 46 and 12th spot. Barry Knapp in the 32 is in 13th. Christopher Kerr, we talked about the damage in his race car with the 91 earlier, is in 14th. See the smoke in that car as the flat spots. Anthony Giuliano was just about to go to him. Ends up not making the International Horseshoe as he's in 15th. Andy Bergani in 16th. And it looks like Derek Garrison is off the raceway, and Aaron Hearn is in 18th. A lot of damage on that car.
I think we can name him the Kyle Larson of the race with no front end.
That was definitely a whole lot of damage on that race car. So Dylan Gones is continuing to lead us in the front of this racetrack with, not doing too bad there. But, definitely a lot of things left to go. Here's the NASCAR turn, and maybe I thought he left it, but he's actually purposefully going. Okay, my thought is they're going around, but okay, that's where Cameron Hearn missed it, but Dylan went the right way. Last time when we thought he blew it, he did not. So,
yeah, correct.
I misspoke. Dylan, sorry, man. You did a good job. I just don't know what I'm looking at because I turned left, not right. I'm blaming it on my roots.
Sure. You never raced in the streets before?
I can't say that I have on public waves.
Oh, okay.
If my dad's listening, he'll put something in there, call me a big fat liar.
Oh, okay. So you do not turn left. That's not wrong.
I turn right and left when I need to, but on a racetrack, I prefer to turn left.
Oh, okay. Racetracks. Okay, I got it.
It's the big difference, when you're in a race car. I like race cars set up leaning in a certain direction, and these cars they're balanced. I'm like, what the heck's a balanced race car? I just know what the heck's that for.
Exactly.
All right, so let's see what we got here. We got Quisenberry. Definitely, that's all he was slow, and he is coming onto the banking, turn 3 and 4. Loops that car around and then loops it again. He's having a hard time with that car.
Yeah, he's just doing some mid-race donuts there. But yeah, it's not fun to be spinning, especially in the middle of the race.
Well, we talk about incident points, and most of the people watching the Go Studios or in Light Speed Racing League knows a little bit about incident points on ovals, but what we don't normally talk about is the one incident point when we're dealing with ovals, because that's leaving the racing surface, which we're on a road course, so leaving the racing surface, like cutting the chicane or going into what they call it, basically out of bounds, will give you a 1. And the only person on the racetrack that is clean is this young man, Adam O'Brien.
That's interesting.
Everybody else has at least 1 point.
I'm kind of surprised that not everybody has a point by now, but hey, if he goes cleaning tire race, I'll be shocked. I thought he was just about to spin there. So
He was doing. Adam actually races go-karts at Shellhammers in Pennsylvania, which is
cool.
located outside of Philadelphia, between like Philly and Lancaster.
Okay.
Him, his brother Patrick O'Brien, and David Dunwoody, that 46 machine, all race on dirt go-karts.
Oh, that's pretty interesting to race on dirt and go-karts. But I know a couple people who race. I don't know anybody who races anything too big, unfortunately. You know, I don't know any Chase Elliott's. But if Chase is watching, obviously hit me up. Talk. But no, you know, I think it'd be really cool to buy myself a NASCAR Cup car someday. You can buy myself a team and, you know, go take a ride. Huh? So if anybody wants to hit me up, I'm not good at driving. I'm not good at iRacing, so I have a lot of experience, though. Yeah.
You know, there was a group of guys that I was invited to actually do road coursing with, so I say I'm not good at it, which is great because I worked very well with a group called the 24 Hours of Lemons, and their actual registration website was isuckatiRacing.com.
Oh, really?
And I fit in perfectly. Like,
yeah. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know, I think I'm probably the only one here that really does not do good at iRacing. My first win, I flipped over the start-finish line to get my win. So, you know, that's this race so far is going by pretty quick. We're halfway through it right now.
Yep.
Ellingone is in first.
They know him as Dilly, and Dilly is from Canada, eh? Let's check from his car view of what we're seeing with Dylan. And as you see him in the lumberjack fleece.
Yep, and I'm guessing he has a water bottle right to his right-hand side. You guys cannot see it in the frame, but it has some maple syrup in it. I'm being told by Canada.
Maple syrup, huh? That's to give it a little bit extra boost, huh?
Yeah, my Canadian friends make that say that. But every time I need to ask how the maple syrup. Apparently, Canada does not smell like maple syrup. I was disappointed to find that out.
Doesn't smell like maple syrup, huh? It's not Vermont.
No, I'm like, come on. It's supposed to. You guys are Canada. You guys are Canadian. It's supposed to smell like maple syrup. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, Dylan Gone is out in front by 4 seconds over Justin Wilson. And Justin Wilson, even with that kind of damage that we saw on that ride, is still holding the second spot. But it looks like he's under attack by Cameron Hearn.
Yeah, that damage shouldn't be affecting him too much, but Cameron Hearn is saying, hey, let me by. He goes by now. And, yeah, Justin Wilson loses that position to Cameron Hearn.
Cameron Hearn, we were talking about incident points because I guess because we've seen him a couple times blow some of these turns, he's up to 6 incident points already.
Oh, wow. Do they have an X limit, though?
No, they do not, that I'm aware of. Let me double check that. I do not see an X penalty at all.
All right, just making sure because, you know, I don't know all the rules here.
Exactly. We're at the cross flags, and with that, I want to send it over to Butt Kicker 2, Butt Kicker Gamer 2, feel what you've been missing.
Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
Definitely check out thebuttkicker.com and use that LSRL code. Save yourself 20% off. Mike, he said we both have rigs, but man, I don't have one of those butt kickers. I've been told by guys that have it that it gives you another sense of the racetrack up underneath you, which is one of the things that I do know these iRacing rigs do have an issue of trying to let us feel, that, if you're riding, squarely locked into the track, or if you're running a little loose, like we saw some of these guys fishtail, but the butt kicker feeling that in your seat would definitely allow you to have a better reaction.
Yeah, I don't have one. I really want to buy one because and there goes the who is that? 75?
That's the 15. That's Dylan.
15. Yeah,
Yep.
I can't read numbers. Come on.
That's Cameron Hearn.
Cameron Hearn, he just hit the chicane a little bit hard, but nah, he's all good. But no, I've never tried the butt kicker. I've heard they're good. I may need to get one eventually, but I'm kind of afraid because, I don't know how realistic I want to be. I will just keep sitting in my chair all day playing, and racing.
Exactly.
I don't want to be doing that.
Track time entertainment race recap for the butt kicker 40, as we're currently working lap 22. Dylan Gomez is our leader. One caution was a competition for 3 laps. 21 racers took to the green flag, and the fastest lap was Dylan, 159.270, number 27 machine. That's Track Time Entertainment. They're located in Texas. They build custom driving simulators with a personal touch. The rigs are fully customizable with color options and utilize 80/20 U.S. extruded aluminum. These rigs offer a wide variety of adjustability as well as different options for wheels, shifters, and keyboards. The possibilities are endless. If you can dream it, Track Time Entertainment can build it for you. Check out those guys at Track Time Entertainment. So we're back up to the front, man. Mike, it's this, like you said, it's ticking away since, cautions are not a factor here. So the drivers are pretty much settled into their own little grooves, and I'm pretty hard-pressed to find anybody around anybody. I think this is the closest battle right here with the 25 and the 6 right now.
Yeah, there's not too many people around each other right now, which isn't surprising really on a road course. You do get pretty spread out, unless you get a good battle going, like up front. Sometimes you'll see some people catch each other. But all it takes is a little spin and people catch you. So you got to be careful. That's the hardest thing about road courses is one little mistake magnifies it, especially on a road course.
A picture there of the entry to the 5 off in the second horseshoe again there, as you see, we're watching them as they exit the infield up onto the banking of turn 1 and 2, as you see the flagman right there in the corner.
Yep. It's been a tough go for the 5 so far here. He's been off the grass quite a bit. Went off the grass during the caution. So, I don't know what's going on with his tires, but best. But now it's good so far. This has been a good race. Pretty clean. I haven't seen too many big incidents go on, but hopefully that continues.
See Ludi and McVicker there continuing to drive each other. It looks like David Dunwoody there. He's looking here as the guys coming off of the bus stop. It's a good shot here. Our cameras. Long sweeper here. Coming out of the NASCAR corner there, a pit entry. Underneath the flagman they go.
Yep, and it looks like they have a pretty full crowd there today. I heard nobody's wearing a mask in the stands.
It's Florida.
Yeah, I guess.
It's Florida.
Yep, the 25 is going a bit slow. Ooh, it looks like the 6. Is that the 6? Had a little bit of an issue going around turn 1. But I think every car here almost has damage tonight. I don't think any cars are going to come out of here clean.
Well, we must have said something to scare our buddy here, Adam O'Brien. He's finally succumbed to the incident point. The last car to get a incident point, the 775.
Okay, well, hey, now it's fair game. Anybody can do anything. Nobody will finish with 0 incident points here tonight. So, I guess let's see what happens. How many what will be the lowest amount of incident points, I wonder? I'm going to say 3 would be the low.
Well, right now, the highest is 19.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm going to say the lowest will be 3. Somebody's going to have like 3 that finishes the race will have 3. So, we'll see.
Well, Gomez is under attack right now by Cameron Hearn. Has come up, and Cameron's had an issue with keeping the car in between the white lines for the most part in some of these more technical corners, but no real damage on that car. So other than taking the NASCAR penalties, the 15 has been pretty darn fast.
Yeah, he has been. A lot of these cars have been fast. Those top three have been fast all night. They've been up there all night, and they're continuing to pull away from the field. You know, they have what, 12-second lead on 5th place. So those top four have a 12-second lead. I want to say.
Samuel Fontaine is 14 seconds in 4th place off of the leaders. That's a pretty big gap. And looks like Dylan's now pulled away from Cameron, because they were pretty darn close, and now they've backed up a little bit. Not sure if that's just Cameron saying, I'll get you a little later.
Yeah, we'll see here. The 15 has been good on entry, worse on exit. Or no, worse on entry, good on exit today. I've noticed 27, same thing though. So not really been gaining too much there as they go up into the Daytona International Speedways 3 and 4.
Well, at Daytona road course, the one thing I did learn from my road course partners was, if you're going to sacrifice entry, not exit.
Exactly. Yep. But you can see the 15. Oh, okay. Well, 27 pitted. So, like I said though, pit could save you in this race. Well, I don't know really why he. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well, they at 15, so there's about a little less than 10 laps. 8 laps is what I think I was showing here for the 27.
Yeah, he was on a 14-lap run though on those tires. I don't know. He's the only one that pitted. It's going to be interesting to see if more people do end up pitting.
It's about splitting it in half. A little bit, a little short.
It's, you know, are you going to see everybody pit here?
We'll see. Cameron Hearn, we'll see what he does coming around this next lap.
Yeah, you know, I would have pitted there. I like to split my races up, but we'll see. I have my eyes on pit road, watching pit road as your pit road reporter. Okay, that's horrible.
Pit road reporter Mike Xavier. You better run. You better get down there, sir. You better run.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to run across the track. I'm just gonna jump across. You know, try not to get hit by these things. But.
Yeah, well, it reminds me of you remember the Jimmy John's commercials, this Freaky Fast, where it's like, I want the car that Jimmy John driver was in, that he was able to drive up to the cars and then drive away.
And down on pit road, we actually have a few guys taking to the pits right now, though. We have Anthony Ludi, Patrick McVicker, and one other guy who just came down to pit road.
That's Couric, it looks like. Christopher Couric.
Is it?
Yep. 24. DuPont. 24. The old school Jeff Gordon colors. I actually keep an eye on the young 24 driver, Willie B. We actually go to the same, well, I've graduated already, but we're Liberty University, so keep an eye on him. Quite a few of his things in the house.
So you're a William Byron stalker?
You darn right. and
okay.
All of a sudden he's done pretty darn good. It's like, he's not bad. We got a win already this season, and was strung on 9 consecutive top 10s, and I don't think that's a bad way to start the season.
No, the only one not to get a win though on Hendrick is Chase Elliott.
Exactly, which is kind of strange. I figured he'd be the first one, and he will be the last one, because I'm sure he will get one this season.
I hope. No, he's just waiting until the second half of the season. Yeah,
there you go.
Shock the field.
He's waiting for Coda, I think, right?
Yeah, he's gonna win all the rest of the road courses.
Actually, yeah. He did very well in them, but then Darlington this weekend, and then over next, right?
Please? Is it? Yep, and we just had the 75 come down pit road to take his pit stop.
And the 75 has some damage. There's at 91 of Aaron Hearn there as well.
And we just have another taker on pit road, and that will be the 11. The 46 will also be coming down pit road this time.
46. That car looks pretty good. A little bit of damage on the rear end of the 46.
Yep, the 5 is also going to be pitting now, so it looks like everybody's going to be going through their pit cycles. I'll let you know who comes down pit road as they're coming. The 5 said that he's pitting this time by, so we'll watch at him. His pit stall's getting ready. The guys are getting ready to go over the wall with those 4 fresh Goodyears. It looks like the 17 was that? Yeah, the 17 and the Valvoline has pitted.
Regani at 13 ride. Coming down.
13 is entering, yep. 58 is entering.
Cameron Hearn looks like the guy. Well, the camera's already come down. So Adam O'Brien, about 14 lap tires, currently showing in the 5th spot.
Yep, and the 22 just came down pit road also.
There's Dylan Gona's fast slap again.
He has a good race car tonight. 775 will be pitting too.
Me down, yep. And so Patrick O'Brien, the 59 car, is the first car, well, the highest position of the cars that have not pitted yet. 7th currently.
Yep, so Adam O'Brien has not pitted, or no, Adam O'Brien's on pit road now. So Pat O'Brien and Barry Knapp are the only 2 that have not pitted yet, and expect them to be coming down the next couple laps.
There's O'Brien, and 27 laps will be completed when he crosses the stripe. So that'll be 13 laps.
Most likely coming down pit road this time. I see some action down in his pit stall, and there he is. He is coming into pit road now.
And Barry Knapp as well. So everybody will have completed their green flag pit stops, putting Dylan Gonas back in the front. So our top 5 after the completion of pit is Dylan Gonas, Cameron Hearn, Justin Wilson, Samuel Fontaine, Adam O'Brien. Pretty much the same 5 we've talked about all night here at the Butt Kicker 40.
Yeah, these 5 are up there all night, and you know, one of these 5 most likely will win the race, but all these guys have had a good race on them. Not too many guys have been taken out of the race, and there hasn't been a lot of big issues, so it's good to see all these guys have fun so far, and let's hope for good rest, 12 laps or whatever is left right here.
They completed 27, so 13 to go. We see Dylan Gonas in turn 1 and 2 there. Heading to the International Horseshoe. Blow that car up, you see how much that car lurches under braking.
Yeah, it's very, it's so hard on these cars and stock cars. They're so heavy, and you're just slamming these brakes on, and you got to come down 80 miles an hour sometimes. So it's crazy on what these cars do. These brakes just hold up for it, but if you lose your brakes here, it's not good.
Entering onto Daytona 1 and 2. It looks like Dylan's starting to catch up some lap traffic here.
Yeah, he is. let's see how he can take over that lap of traffic and see if he can get through it clean. Because if he can get through it clean, that's big with just over 10 laps to go.
Smoke and brakes up in front of him there. This is a good shot of them going through the NASCAR chicane.
Yep. And here they come back on the front stretch. He's heading over to 1 and 2. Oh.
Lock the brakes up in 1 and 2 right there. And ooh, 27 a little hot off of 2 there.
Yep. Especially with these new tires. People think, or drivers sometimes think that they have more, that they can do more than they really can. But you got to remember, these brakes are only so strong, and there's only so much you can do without locking these tires up on these cars.
And through the kink. And that second horseshoe here. To the turns the left-hander onto the oval. And that's a pretty heavy braking zone right there for that very quick 180 basically that they turned to get back onto the oval.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest here. I know some people say chicanes are pretty hard. I've never had issues with the chicanes. I have a lot of issues there usually. That's the hardest turn, in my opinion, on this track. Is that one. Because you come in there so hot and that wall that's on the other side, you know how many times I've been in that wall. It knows me pretty well.
As you're seeing there.
Lap traffic. I'm assuming he's going to try to pass them here in 3 and 4 possibly. If he does not pass them here, you'll see him probably pass them on the front stretch chicane.
You think he'd actually going to push the issue in the chicane or wait until after the chicane?
I don't think he's going to push the issue. I assume these drivers to maybe let him by, not do what they're doing. Not do that. I don't know.
I was like, I don't know if I'd be wanting to be side by side anybody in the NASCAR chicane.
I don't know what that 6 is doing, but in my opinion, that's, I don't know.
And Cameron Hearn takes over the lead because of a lap car there. It kind of got into the way a little bit. Looks like Cameron locked the car up a little.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's something that was happened previous in this race or something, but that almost seemed intentional on the 6 car to give the 27 a bit of a hard time. Not saying it was, it just looked it.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to go a lap down, right?
Yeah, who knows? But, it's definitely interesting to see, but 27 definitely does have a fast race car. He can make up the time back up to Cameron Hearn, and especially if Hearn makes a mistake.
Hearn's going to have to deal with Couric now, and that's the car that's directly in front of that 24 ride, the DuPont colors.
Yeah, the 27 does get into these turns pretty good. Doesn't exit as good right now, but watch him put his bumper possibly to the 15 as if they keep going like this, getting down to the nitty-gritty at the end.
All right, well, once they get to the line here, we'll go to 10 to go as we're on the high-speed banking. This is the time that I like on this track. This is where I get to breathe. I would say, though, I'm not as good on left and right turns as I am on left turns on the cars. We did do the Rolex 24 in a group.
Oh, 15 hard in the wall.
I'm not sure if the 24 helped that or we had a net code there.
Oh, man.
Because it didn't, in my view, it didn't seem like they actually touched. You might have to go back and check that. You have to check that out because that looked to me like a net code.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like Patrick O'Brien there on the NASCAR turn here. Ooh, the 24 and the 27 almost make it. Wow, and then they go 3 wide over the stripe. Eee.
So there's something in iRacing everybody called net code. And in this incident, the 15 car is probably about 4 feet off of the 24's bumper in 24's car. And he got shot into the outside wall. So it's unfortunate for the 15 having a strong car all night. Yeah,
And Cameron's, yeah, netcode. I'm pretty sure it was netcode.
Yeah, you can see what he said.
Yeah, I'm looking at what he's saying there in chat, but that's definitely, yeah, it's
It stinks.
it's just not the spot to be in the car that's, lap down or more, right?
Yeah,
He's
it's
a lap
just
down
not a
car,
good fix there. But
So Dylan Goen is back to the lead
Right.
there with working 10 to go here as we're going on to the stretch, the long back stretch, basically.
Yeah, 27 has a pretty commanding lead right now, so it's gonna be interesting to see what Wilson can do to try to get up there, or even Fontaine. But right now, he has a good lead over them.
7 seconds and then 15 seconds over third and almost a half a lap on O'Brien.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Honestly, for somebody to catch him, he has to make a mistake. So if he's perfect from here out, I don't see him losing, to be honest.
And he just put Ludi down a lap, so 7 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, he is putting on a clinic, but he just locks him up a little bit. Oh.
Keeps it going in the right direction, but like I said, smoke like crazy coming out of that number 27 machine. A little hard on the brakes there, and we were talking about that. These cars do not like to slow down.
Oh, no, of course they don't.
And so he's going to have to maybe try to back those corners up. And I wonder if his crew chief's telling him to calm down a little bit. You got all kinds of time.
Yeah, right now it's the crew chief's job to pretty much slow down.
The 59 is sliding through turn 2 into the grass.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that was not planned.
And that's one of the lap. He's down a lap down, and we got the 27 here.
Yeah,
27.
Oh,
Crew chiefs, that's what they do, man. Joey Atterbury, he's one of the Roush racing engineers for the IMSA division, and he tells me that race car drivers have race helmet issues. Once the helmet goes on, they lose their brain.
Yep.
And it's the crew chief's job to remind them where to find it. It's like, so, I said, that's why I stopped doing VR, because apparently I got VR headrome or whatever. Because I drove like an idiot when I had the head. Went back to triples and that went away. Amazing. It's a good shot of that Delta airliner landing on the Daytona International Airport behind the track.
Oh, I think the 58 just had a little issue, but I'm not sure what really happened. I just heard some chatter about that, but sounds like they're all good.
All right.
But now the 27 right now is Damie is the leader right now as the laps are counting down. Dylan Goen is, or you said that they call him what?
Dilly.
Dilly. Dilly is gonna try to dilly.
There's a nice shot of the Daytona International Raceway. You see Lake Lloyd and the Ferris wheel off the backstretch, and right there, that's the infield section of the track, which is the most technical. And then you get onto the long actual oval, which has the 2 chicanes on it. Pretty
so
good
what
shot.
view is this? What camera angle is this?
This is from the Goodyear blimp.
Okay, so what's the blimp across?
Well, that's the iRacing blimp. We're in the Goodyear blimp.
Let's go to the iRacing blimp and let's see this blimp.
This is the one to Go Studios blimp. I paid for extra time. That's right.
Okay, perfect.
We actually had some extra funds. There's Dylan.
We definitely have a blimp. 100%.
Have our own blimp, yeah. It's the closest I'm gonna get to a racetrack without having to pay for it. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just get like a helicopter. Is it legal to have a helicopter and just like hover over a racetrack and just watch a race?
Actually, it's funny you asked that. I'm an air traffic controller, and I could tell you that over a racetrack, at least on race day, is restricted airspace.
But how far away from the racetrack is restricted?
Well, usually the smallest restriction is between 2.5 to 5 miles.
Ah, shoot. So you can't even be like on the outside. Okay, never mind.
Like, I don't know if you know this, but Disney World has a 5-mile restriction zone all the way around it.
So what happens if you get inside that 5 miles at Disney?
You can get in trouble. They'll send somebody up there to escort you out.
So it's not. So is it gonna be like DC? If you go in DC's air traffic, you're not gonna get shot down.
I'm sure it's not as, but restricted airspaces in the United States are pretty well observed. Let's put it that way.
I would not want to be in a restricted airspace. You know, it just does not sound like it ends well, especially in like DC.
The DC zone has very quick reaction to people being in certain spots. So
That's
okay, Christopher Couric has been disqualified.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm not sure if something happened. But that's interesting to see. Is there
39 incident points for Christopher Couric tonight. So somebody might. It looks like one of the admins said it's just best for you to park tonight, and we had a lot of damage on that car.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking at the incident points. 39. Just better to. There are better days ahead for the number 24.
I hope. Can't get much worse, can it?
He's done pretty good in this league. Let's see where he's sitting at the points wise. Because I do remember Chris doing quite not too bad. And Christopher Couric is 7th in points.
No, so he's in the top 10 spot.
So he's, this is not his forte going left and right. See, I'm one of those guys.
Yeah.
And
Unless
we can talk about that as well. I mean, I don't know if you see the I ratings. I have the I ratings up, and all of these drivers, because their I rating for tonight is based on road courses, are all under 2,000. But no road course ringers are in here. At least not officials.
Yeah, no, but we have a couple A class. The top 3 are actually are the only 3 A class drivers actually.
I mean, I've got an I rating up in that level on road courses. Now, let's just, I don't know if how familiar you are, and looks Dylan's coming back down for tires, I guess, with 6 to go.
I do not like that call.
Okay, well, we'll see how it works out for him.
So, if I can actually just say some stuff about this call, there's no way that he's going to be able, if who takes the lead? If the 58 doesn't pit, there's no way if the 58 doesn't mess up, he's going to catch it. So, it's a risk and reward, I guess, but I don't expect everybody to pit here.
Okay. We'll see how it works out for Dylan Gones. But as you were saying though, with the license, the A-class license, remember this is the first season iRacing has gone to a true road and oval license system. I used to participate in the Indy Open division, which was considered a road course series. And the ovals there counted as road course for safety and license until just this season, where now if you're on a road course, it's road course, and you're on an oval, it's oval.
I like that better. I think that's the right way to do it personally.
So what had happened is I've got an inflated IRA for road courses because of my time running the ovals in open series. So I'm saying that could possibly be the same for these guys.
Yeah, probably. That's probably sad.
So we'll see. But as Justin Wilson has taken over the lead, but Godez is only 16 seconds behind them. If he can cut off, but he said it's going to take a whole lot for him. Let's see what their lap times are. Let's look at that, because he does to make up like 3 seconds a lap.
Yeah, there's no way. He's not going to do that. I can tell you that.
There's Fontaine as he's coming out of the NASCAR chicane to complete lap 34 or 35. Yep, 35. So 5 laps to go with and Dylan Gonez last lap was 2 minutes 8 seconds, so he needs to get it back under the 2-minute mark.
Only thing that I can think for Gonez is the reason he pitted is he didn't have enough fuel.
Maybe.
That one of his stops, he didn't get all fuel, and it screwed him. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it looks like he'll still get a podium finish, but maybe not be able to win this thing. We'll get a chance to ask him.
He was in position to win there, and with 5 to go, he's not going to win this race if something drastic does not happen to these guys. But hey, remember what happened at what was it? The Daytona road course, actually, in NASCAR, right before the Daytona 500, what was that race called? Speedway, whatever it was. Chase Elliott and
Clash?
It was Ryan Blaney. Yeah, the Clash. Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott got into each other on the last lap, and who was it? Kyle Busch won it. So
whoever was in third, yeah.
Yeah. So hey,
just like drove up in there. Yep.
Yeah, never say never, but looking pretty, what's the word? What word do I want to say? Bleak? Do I want that? Yeah, I guess I'll use. Looks pretty bleak right now for Dylan.
There's Dylan Gonez. And let's look at our biggest movers for tonight. Leonard Frost up 15 spots to the 7th position. Booty 14 spots. And Knapp 13 spots.
Yep, good for them. Yeah, with just over 5 to go right now, it'll be interesting to see what happens, honestly, because Gonez will have to have something big happen, but Justin Wilson Fontaine, I think that, wait, is that his name, Justin Wilson? Yeah, Justin
Wilson and Samuel Fontaine.
Samuel Fontaine and Dylan Gonez. So 2 Canadians in the top 3 right now.
Pretty good there.
Fontaine.
Let's try to find a little bit of action on the track, if we can find some. Looks like Ludi and Knapp are the closest. Try to find some racing going on. So, like I said, it pretty much turned into everybody, you know, like you said, is way spread out. We got Giuliano here with the 6 car.
17 is going.
There you go, like right around the side of him. The 6 sustained heavy damage.
Yep. It's been a good race though so far.
Around coming off of the NASCAR chicane, the 17 sees it, and he blows the corner there. That was a reaction, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I would say most likely that was just a reaction.
So there's Samuel Fontaine, and he's the 2nd place car going up onto the oval. Samuel going up there. And he's got 10 seconds to try to catch up to between him and Justin Wilson. And
yeah, Wilson it's not looking good right now, but
Wilson's looking like he's trying to put that 2nd win, like back-to-backs, and sweep the Daytonas in the Xfinity car.
Yeah, that'll be pretty impressive to have happen, and it's definitely doable right now at the rate that he's going. Everybody was looking good though tonight, but I'm really gonna be interested to hear the interview after the race with Dylan Gonez to see what happened.
I don't know. See what he says when he gets here. And at 58, we saw the damage on the 58 was pretty much self-inflicted right here in the NASCAR chicane. And they call that car hit both left and right, heavy damage from the turtle shell. So we'll have to ask him a little bit about that ride. I mean, I wonder if he's in VR, because man, that would probably have been pretty upsetting to the stomach. Or he had maybe a directions of 4-3, ooh, and he slid through the left-right coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, with 3 laps to go here, Wilson, Fontaine, Gonez are your top 3 drivers right now.
There we go, as our top 5 with 3 to go. That's Wilson, Fontaine, Gonez, O'Brien, and Quisenberry. In 75, we saw him doing donuts, coming up onto turn 1 for the NASCAR earlier. So, pretty good for him to get in that 5th position. There's been a race of attrition, is what it seems like. The LSRL Butt Kicker 40 here, Daytona International Speedway, Daytona Beach, Florida. NASCAR road course. We haven't talked about the weather, but this is Lottie'sTravelWorld.com. You're looking for a vacation, staycation, or just trying to get out of the house. Check out Lottie'sTravelWorld.com. Let them plan so you can tan. Butt kicker 40. There's the 77-degree air temperature, 89 for the track temp. So really not a real hot day, as we've seen sometimes the track temperature at Daytona over 100 degrees.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, yeah. Only 89 degrees for the track. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, for a daytime race, it usually gets a lot hotter than that. So
yeah, exactly. Maybe our track thermometers aren't working. That's the only thing.
Nobody's cooking an egg out there today, apparently. Maybe it's a little overcast or somebody spraying the thing down with water. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Put some rain tires on. Let's see it.
It'll be 2 to go as he gets here, so the sticks are out for the race leader.
Yep, it will be interesting to see what happens here, though. I expect some good action, possibly. Hopefully nobody crashes, but if they do crash, we'll see.
Wow, I see him sliding again through that double turn.
Yeah, not good.
He's figuring I only got 2 to go, so I'm going for broke.
Yep, Justin Wilson is looking to take home back-to-back victories at Daytona and sweep the Daytonas. As he comes through the West Horseshoe coming up in a second, he only has to go around this track one more time after this.
Coming up onto the... So, wow. Under braking, you see that car just want to step out on him.
Yeah, that's the issue with this track. It's hard to keep these cars going straight. So right now, what's the least amount of incident points that we have?
What?
Come on.
3 of them. Yeah. Fontaine, Gomez, and Adam O'Brien. I'm trying to make you a liar, man.
Yeah, come on. You guys gotta get more. Come on, guys. Come on.
All right, here we are going into the bus stop for race leader Justin Wilson, who's been given the popsicle sticks already, so he'll be looking for the official 1 to go studios 1 to go as he comes around out of the NASCAR chicane out of 4.
Yes, and who are those popsicle sticks sponsored by? Is that sponsored by Credit 2 to go?
I'm not sure. I guess instead of credit. It took me a while to get that one. All right. That's our competitors. 2 to go. You know.
The Credit 2 to go.
Here's the white flag is out in our hands, crossing the line to the number 58 of Justin Wilson. You see it there on your screen. It's the 1 to go studios. 1 to go. Final lap. Justin Wilson as he hits turns 1 and 2. In this section earlier, he had a little bit of an issue, a little bit tight and loose at the same time. You see a car snapping.
Yep, he has 11 seconds lead right now. It is his race to win as he goes through the horseshoe for the final time today. And now as he's heading on to this long straightaway here inside the middle infield, he's heading to the West Horseshoe, and we have a white piece of paper in his car.
Here we go. It better. For some reason, his roll bar cam got moved.
It pulled a Joey Logano. He crashed. Now he's coming through this very tough turn. Let's see if he can do it fine. Ooh, steps out a little bit, but he gets through fine as he comes back up on Speedway 1. He's on Speedway 1, going through Speedways 1 and 2, going on to the backstretch.
All right, so his crew chief's talking into his ear. You hit your marks, take it easy, bring her home in one piece. You got nobody, no pressure behind, no pressure up front. Clear sailing, entering into the bus stop.
Yep, you can see he slows down way early on this bus stop, so he makes sure he does not overshoot or anything goes wrong. Oh my goodness. He almost hit those turtles. Now he's going through Speedway 3. Right now you see Daytona on the wall. It reminds you where you're at. He's going for back-to-back victories at Daytona with Daytona Oval and now trying to get the Daytona road course.
He's coming way down, like you said. He's really taking it easy to make sure he gets this out without turning the car around. Checker flag in the air. Black man going crazy, throwing the checkered out there. Justin Wilson pulls off the double, sweeps the Daytona system here with the Xfinity Cars Lightspeed Racing League. One heck of a job by the 58 machine. And pretty much his 4 incidence points was probably that heavy contact that he sustained with the Turtle 1 and Turtle 2 in the NASCAR.
Yeah, hell of a race there for that. And it's just crazy. He had that little damage from the Turtles, and it looks like somebody shot him and hit him, but all good.
So everybody has crossed the line. So we'll go and we'll kick it over to the Butt Kicker, our Butt Kicker 40 sponsor for tonight, as we try to get these guys, as we have Mike and me try to find these guys at their trailers and try to talk to us. So we'll be right back.
Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
And here are your final results. Honored by Grid Finder, find your place on the grid. The LSRL Xfinity Butt Kicker 40 at the Daytona International Speedway NASCAR Road Course at Daytona Beach, Florida. We have the winner, Justin Wilson. Samuel Fontaine brings it home second. Third is Dylan Gomez. Fourth was Adam O'Brien. Fifth, Landon Quisenberry. Numbers sixth in the 46 car, a lap down, David Dunwoody. Then Frost, Pat O'Brien, Anthony Ludi, Joe Murata, Anthony Giuliano, Patrick McVicker, Barry Knapp. 2 laps down, Andy Brigani. Christopher Couric 40 laps back. I'm not sure why Hearn. Okay, that is weird. Looks like they're a little bit out of place there. So Christopher Couric was actually 21st. 15th was Cameron Hearn. 16th is the 91 of Aaron Hearn. 17th was Derek Garrison. Ira Kohlhaas. 18th, 19th was Michael Steffen. And 20th was Evan Busher-Backer. And that was it for everybody else. Only 21 cars took to the green flag. Not sure what happened on that. It was kind of weird, but burning it down there is the number 58 of Justin Wilson. We're going to try to get with our drivers here. We'll try to get with Dilly up front first and get that car going up really quick here. Make him flying through there, didn't he?
Lost his brakes.
Is that the 5?
I have no idea.
It's interesting how that happened, but Gona is gonna turn that car around for us.
You going us up here in the booth?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's going on here with the drivers, because that's the number 5 car. What he's doing. But trying to get the car. They're trying to get the cars all lined up, is what it looks
Trying to
like.
get some sponsorship going on there. Is he?
Oh, he needs to help. The 22 is out of gas.
Out of gas.
Wow.
Like, come on, turn the wheel the other way.
We'll have to talk to him about that one. As he's our second place driver, and
come on,
try to help him out there. But that's a that's a first for me. I've never seen anybody run out of gas for a photo, but okay.
Yeah, these other 2 guys are gonna have to move it.
Move it, huh?
Come on, guys.
Because we need a sponsor photo here, you know.
Yep, and that was the what is it? The Wilder Graphics
Joe,
tow truck. That was the tow truck.
There we go.
The Wilder Graphics tow truck was out there pushing. the 22. And there's the tow truck again. It's a Chevrolet Camaro tow truck. First ever Chevrolet Camaro tow truck, brought to you by Wilder Graphics.
All right, let's try to pull Dilly up here. Dylan Gonez, you're in the booth with Harold and Mike Xavier. We see that the Camaro of Joe Morata is over there pushing the number 22 around the racetrack. Not sure why we have a tow truck being used out of a ZL1, but you're in the third place position tonight, and we just kind of want to ask you about the late pit stop.
Yeah, I screwed up on my fuel strategy. I seen Cameron Hearn. I knew he was going to overtake me in the next lap, so all I had in my head was to undercut him on the pit. I never thought about fuel at all. I was like, oh, I'll pit now. He's going to overtake me anyway. And then hopefully by the time he wants to pit, I can get ahead of him at far enough. As soon as I pitted, I knew I screwed up on the fuel strategy, and it was all over.
Yeah, we were wondering.
Last late pit stop was just a splash and go, and I was just hoping that these two guys had to pit too, but wasn't the case.
Well, at 22 would have had to in a lap. But
shuffle him around for a nice photo there.
So Dylan, man, so we got a podium though, and I was talking about you tonight, and Mike came in from the North-South Racing League to help us out at the booth tonight, and I was saying, hey, we got to watch out for this guy. He tells me he turns left and right and was trying to get me to run some road courses. So figured you was my road course ringer out there tonight. You were doing pretty good. You probably led the most laps tonight. I didn't get a chance to look at that.
Yeah, not too sure. Like, I'm still learning NASCAR and stuff. I'm more of a Formula One guy and V8 supercars and stuff like that. So whenever it comes to a road course, I just assume I'm going to do good. But then I see people's qualifying times. I'm like, holy, like these guys can turn left and right, no problem.
You were the fastest car on the racetrack during the race. So congratulations on that.
Perfect.
Finished with one incident point.
Oh, dang. That's good, too.
Yeah. And there was only three of you. It was you, Fontaine, and Adam O'Brien all finished with one. Everybody else was, I think the next group was three, and those were guys that were out of the race early. And then Landon Quisenberry had four, and the winner, Justin Wilson, had four.
Oh, yeah. As soon as we were creeping up on lap traffic there, I was wondering if we were going to get mixed up. There's certain corners on this track where it's like, I need to get by this guy, but it is quite the risk trying to overtake.
Yeah, we saw that with the 15 and I believe the 24 car. There was net code about 4 feet between them, and it shot the 15 straight to the wall. And then it night.
Yeah, that's tough because Cameron had the pace. He spun early lap one, and I thought that's good because he's fast, and that'll take him off the board. And then not even 4 laps later, I looked at my relative and seen him creeping up on me. I was like, oh.
All right, Dylan, who do you want to thank for the podium finish tonight here at Daytona Road Course?
Well, you guys at One to Go Studios, you guys do an amazing job. Try to shout out you guys. You guys do amazing work. Your broadcasts look amazing. Wilder Graphics for this amazing Ginger car. Ginger, go give them a try. They're a bit on the heavy side, but I like supporting that band. That's why I'm running this car right now. And yeah, other than them, Wilder Graphics, go for them for all the paints you need. Like, look at the amazing job they did on my car. I'm obsessed. And then you guys again, and anybody that's watching, thanks for watching.
Well, give a wave to everybody as your camera's on, as we see you inside your garage there, and with the VR headset on top of your forehead. That's how people wear masks. I've been seeing how people wear masks in the U.S., man.
It's the reverse diaper mask. I don't know.
All right, Dylan Gonez, man, you go have fun tonight. We're gonna go talk to the other drivers.
Thanks, guys.
Dylan Gonez, your third place finisher tonight. Mike, have you caught up with our second place Samuel Fontaine yet?
Nah.
We'll pull him up here. All right. We'll talk to him. Let me pull him in here for you. Moving things around, man. So here we go. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Sam for us.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Pretty well, man.
So let me ask you this: what happened with the fuel situation?
Yeah, I realized with 5 to go that I was about to be a little short, so I had to lift a little bit more in the corner. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
But great race you had there. You had a great race, finished second there. Couldn't get it at the end, but no, great race there overall. How did the car feel tonight?
Yeah, I mean, more than we were going on during the run, and better I was feeling. The goal already was just to survive. I knew that a lot of little thing could happen, and even from me, like I just wanted to keep myself out of trouble and survive so I can start pushing more late in the race, which I did, but fuel situation made my strategy change a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you got the top two podium finish here tonight. Car looks in great shape, honestly, after that run that you had tonight. What do you think? I like to ask drivers on road courses, what's the hardest part about the road course, especially Daytona?
yeah, I think it's all about being gentle with the car because you have so much to focus on the brake, yeah, the braking spot. If you overshoot with those cars, they are so heavy that you're gonna pass straight in the corner, and there's few corner here that you don't want to pass straight. Otherwise, you're gonna finish in the grass and probably in the wall. I saw a couple guys doing that. And the other thing is getting on the throttle. More the run goes, and more you get used to the car, but also more the grip goes away on your rear, so it can be a little tricky there. So overall, it's a little bit of everything that start to be hard to do. Just need to be super focused and do your thing, and at the end, yeah, give the car
Yeah.
to.
Harold, you got any questions for the second place finisher, Samuel
See,
Fontaine?
Sam, who you want to thank, man? It is a podium Daytona, man. I know all Daytonas, getting on a podium either on the oval or the road course is a feat in itself, especially with this group of guys.
Yeah, I want to thanks like everyone from my team, Moneymakers Motorsport. We raced with Mike tonight. He had some issues early on during the race, but otherwise, like the league is super good, super clean overall, and I have fun every time I come in. So everyone from the league racing clean, and everyone putting the league together, of course.
All right, Samuel Fontaine, number 22, putting it in number 2. And we'll see you next week here for Martinsville. So we're going to go from the high speed to road course to the paperclip. So what do you got for us there, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy from short track, so I hope I can be competitive for at least a podium next week
All
for
right.
sure.
Number 22, Sam Fontaine. We'll talk to you next week, sir. All right, so let's now take a look at the number 58 ride. I want to get us a better look at this thing since we're looking through the catch fence there. That's not a
That
good look. At
spoiler
it.
looks amazing. Yeah, it looks
Looks marvelous.
yeah, it looks like somebody. I'm not gonna say it on stream, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Justin Wilson, sweeping Daytona in the Xfinity series here with Lightspeed Racing League. Tell us a little bit about your race, man.
Oh, it was hard. It was definitely it was going well at the beginning, and then I don't know what happened, but we hit those turtles and it tore our car up, and it did not drive the same ever since.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you racing monitors or are you in a VR system?
I run VR. I run VR.
How was that? Because up here we saw you leave the track. I've seen roller coasters smaller than that.
Yeah, I didn't even see the track for a while. And we caught some serious air. Not only did I do it once, but I did it twice the next lap, but on the other stop, and the car just did not handle the same anymore. I think we got a lot of rear end damage, is what my spotter was telling me. So I think we lost our straightaway speed. I couldn't keep up anymore, but we held on. We held on, waiting for mistakes from others.
Mike, you said you went back and looked at that, and what did you tell? What did you find out about how iRacing issued that damage to him?
So what I think iRacing did is after you hit the turtle, iRacing decided to shoot your rear end of your car. So it looks like you have it looks like probably about a 2x4 coming at your car, probably about 500 miles an hour, dented the rear end pretty well. It looks like somebody just put like a snowplow V right into you. That's what I compare that.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it drove like that too.
Yeah, but hey, you got the win for your second straight at Daytona. That was a great race by you tonight.
Oh yeah, like I said, these tracks are all about consistency and hitting your marks. And like I said, one mistake ruins your race. And luckily for us, we made our one mistake, but we were able to come back from it.
It was definitely an interesting race that we saw. We saw you and Dylan kind of trading it up in that first lap. As we were on board with him, and we saw him get a little fishtaily out at like 2, and you were right there underneath him, going into the left-right turns, going down to International. And then after that, you guys got pretty spread out, and then saw Cameron making a charge up through the line, and then you guys kind of mixed it up a little bit with green flag pit stops and the competition caution. But the top 5 of you guys pretty much were there the whole night. The only person that's outside the top 5 that was up there was Cameron, and he kind of had a net code issue with the 24 from what we could tell.
Yeah, I was definitely curious on what happened because after all that went down, and I mean, he was the one to beat because he had that fresher car still. And when I saw coming through that bus stop and I saw a bunch of smoke in his car, man, I felt bad for him, but at the same time, I felt like there was a chance.
It was definitely interesting the way we saw it because it was I saw lots of daylight between the two cars, but it was in a bad spot. As I think Cameron said something on the text in the chat channel, and it was definitely unfortunate for the 15 car, but Cameron will prevail. He always does. Those people who have not watched has not watched this series before, when they go picked it up, I've been told that has this humongous target amongst the Lightspeed Racing League guys of the guy that they all want to beat, because he has the ability to somehow, some way, to get to the top almost every single week. So.
Oh yeah, I've raced with him here, and he's very good.
And I was the Sadler boys were missing tonight. I was kind of wanting to see how Hermie could handle this thing.
I haven't seen him in quite a few races.
I didn't do Daytona. He was there before, so it's like I think he kind of took a break maybe from from the Daytona Beach section. Maybe we'll see him back in Martinsville, as it is near his hometown. So we'll see him back. I'm sure he will. He likes those short tracks. He's a little bit outside of his wheelhouse. So let's see. But hey, Justin, who you want to thank, man? I'm still seeing that white and purple car. So we need some sponsors, right?
always. But yeah, I want to just thank you guys for putting the show on. The league's been fun ever since I came over here. Very good group of guys. They welcome me pretty easily. So gotta thank Chris, a spotter tonight, man. He was there. He was helping me calculate all the fuel strategy because I knew it was going to boil down to that. And we got guys on our Twitch channel here that we're running. Got some guys in the chat here watching us. Want to thank all of them for watching. Everybody watching the stream. And yeah, man, we'll go get them next week.
And Mike, you got anything for him? Maybe there's something for that crew chief?
Yeah. All I'm going to say is the guys in the shop are going to be pretty happy with the rear end. You're going to need some stuff prepared on that car for next week, but bring her out again next week, and let's see how you finish. Hopefully you get another podium.
It ain't going to be hard to paint it.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, now one thing about that crew chief, we were talking about it. I have had opportunity since, this pandemic and stuff, and with all the broadcasting stuff that I've done with the various different leagues, I've had the ability to talk to NASCAR drivers and NASCAR engineers and things. And one of the things they tell me that the crew chief's job is to calm the driver down in situations like you had such a lead. And, and one guy, Joey Atterbury, is a good friend, and he tells me that racers have what he calls a helmet head, that when you put the helmet on, you lose your brain somewhere, and it's the crew chief's job to go find it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, when I made my mistake, Chris was there to help calm me down because, I'm sitting there thinking, yep, I just threw my race. Car handled bad. And, he calmed me down and put us right back where we needed to be.
And so big shout out to the crew chiefs out there. and Justin Wilson. Martinsville next. So we're going from super speed, super fast to left right turn to the slow, momentum based tempo paperclip in Martinsville.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks.
Definitely a interesting track. Love it. I'm pretty sure Anthony Giuliano told me if it can be a night track, it most likely will be a night track. So pretty sure we'll be under the lights in Martinsville for next week. So hopefully we'll see you back trying to go for 3 in a row. But hey, Justin, this is LSRL. They're going to be starting watching for you and the big target getting on your back. And right about in the same spot where that damage is on that car.
I can, I'll be looking out for it.
Yeah, they're coming. I'm pretty sure of it. So all right, Justin Wilson, let you get back to the trailer and back to celebration and victory lane with your guys.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.
All right then.
Thank
Hey, Mike. I mean, it is what it is. But like you said, his crew chief kept him in the game rather than losing it like I just screwed up and my race is over. I've been there. I'm sure you've been there. Everybody's been there. That you make a mountain out of the molehill where his guy was able to calm him down, get him to keep the car going straight again, and get him a victory at about a 15-second over 10.5 seconds over Samuel Fontaine.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great race. Came back from those incidents and he didn't look back. He had it, had those things happen, came back from it, and won the race. Can't ask for a better night.
Right, cannot ask for a better race. We'll be back here with Lightspeed Racing League on Friday night with the Cup cars for the Wilder Graphics Cup Series Daytona International NASCAR Road Course. Wendigo Studios moves to Wednesday night with the North-South Racing League with Mike Xavier in race control for the ARCA Series at Dover International Raceway. Not too far from me. I might be able to put a camera out on the racetrack because I'm only about a half an hour to 45 minutes away from the Monster Mile. Go see Mr. Miles. And boy, at the cement, if you haven't been there, the cement monster is bigger than most people think it is. And you can see it from Delaware 1 right there next to the racetrack. So it'll be nice to see that happening. I love the ARCA cars. They're a driver's race car on a racetrack that has multiple grooves, but still has a short track feel to it. But it has a little bit of everything. A little short track, little long track, little drafting going on, tempo, tires. I mean, it will be an action-packed race, definitely at the Dover International Speedway with you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, it will be pretty interesting to see what happens. Hopefully it's a good race. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be. They're always good races over there, it seems like. So hopefully it puts on a good show for you guys.
Definitely would be great. And I know as a race controller, you would love them just stay off each other.
Yeah.
Make my night easy.
They can't make it easy. There's no way. They're gonna make it hard for me. They're gonna make me very happy. And they're going to be yelling at me after the race, probably. Somebody will. So, hey, that's what race control is all about. I'm the guy that I'm always there to be the bad guy, never there to be the good guy, it seems like. So, hey, it is what it is, but those guys are great guys over there.
I said race control, the thankless job, so I like to thank all the race controllers. Tonight was John Woolham, the number 28 race controller that does not race in the league, which is another thing that makes for great racing on the racetrack. Is when the race controller doesn't have a vested interest. He calls the calls the way he sees them, lives with them, and the guys, hopefully at the end of the week, because, not only at the end of the day, but at the end of the week, cooler heads prevail and everybody sees that the calls were made. So here's the grid finder. Find your place on the grid. LSRL Xfinity, Butt Kicker 40, Daytona International Speedway, NASCAR Road Course, Daytona Beach, Florida. Top 10 results for tonight: Wilson, Fontaine, Gones, O'Brien, Adam, Quisenberry, Dunwoody, Frost, Pat O'Brien, Anthony Ludi, and Joe Murata. Those were your top 10 drivers for tonight's race. We'll be at Martinsville next week, same time, same place. You can catch us on Wendigo Studios in Twitch. Twitch TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the Facebook Live page for the Lightspeed Racing League itself. And so for tonight, I'm Harold Darner with my co-host Mike Xavier from One to Go Studios. We'll see you next week at Martinsville in the night conditions with these cars. Until then, we'll see you the next turn. What an exciting race brought to you by One to Go Studios. Here they come out of turn 4 to the white flag, and it's 1 to go. Thank you to all our sponsors, drivers, and viewers